The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to the September 10th, the wonderful Wednesday edition of today's Trader's Edge Show. I'm your host, Stevie Perseverance Rhodes, who absolutely knows that each of us should always be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. Hope everyone out there is having a great day. Yeah, let's make sure we have an extraordinary one. Now, the easiest way to do that is to always remember that life is happening for us, not to us. And now things are really happening for us, I suppose. We got a sound issue, so I don't know if you can clearly hear me. I hope that you can. We're working on it. Apparently, we've got no, I did not take an early vacation. As much as it sounds like a good idea, but no. So I don't know if the sound is coming through or not. Could somebody in the den tell me if they are hearing me? All is good there. Okay. So it may be cutting in and out. It's an issue that we're apparently having with one of the file servers that we connect to be able to do the show. So we'll do the best that we can. Let me do this, because we didn't get a chance. I did get a chance to review it, just I don't think anybody heard it, which was at the opening, which was the market update. So why don't I just go ahead and do that? If we take a look at the ES Mini, what we're talking about here is watching the high from about 4 days ago, that key reversal bar. If price is able to close above 65.4175, that will negate a Rhodes momentum indicator top. The NQ is trading into its sell zone. No reason for it to not go tackle the resistance level at 24.06850. The Dow would form another Rhodes momentum indicator top. Price is just simply trading with inside its profile. Out there, high-grade copper trading above profile resistance. A second close above 458.27 likely leads to a rally. Gold has a Rhodes momentum indicator signal. That would need a bearish reversal candle to confirm a top. There's a new profile that is attempting to form. Resistance up at the 36... 90 area, and a buy zone between 35.38 and 35.89. Silver still has its TD9 count top. That would be negated with a close above 42.29. Price found support at its oscillator and change line. Things there are bullish. Light sweet crude, this is the October contract. We will be rolling to November. Prices taken on its oscillator and change line at 63.20. If price can close above that, 63.74, and then 65.11 would be on the agenda. If we take a look at natural gas, also the October contract, this is just simply consolidating with inside its daily profile, the range between 2.968 and 3.165. And finally, the 30-year Treasury is completed a 1-to-1 A to B equals CD pattern, but that needs a bearish reversal candle to confirm a top. If we got that, price would be pulling back towards the 115.29 level. Short of that, a further rally is likely. So that's just the market overview and summary. So glad to get that in. Let me go back to that. Let me just actually close this down here for a moment. And there'll be a slight delay. As this closes, it'll free up some resources. Then we'll see a blank screen. And then I'll get over to the so-called main screen, if you will. Here we'll see that VGZ is going to go ahead and confirm a TD9 count topping pattern today. It'll complete that pattern tomorrow. Price is trading above its green oscillator and change on the daily time frame and profile resistance, so very bullish out there. But it's suggesting at least a short-term top. That short-term top should lead to probably a 2-day retracement before VGZ continues to move higher. The weekly chart, no topping signal there. Same thing on the monthly time frame. Same thing, quite frankly, on a 30-minute time frame. So it doesn't look like today would be that topping pattern. Perhaps it will be tomorrow. No other TD9 counts that I see out here worth paying attention to. So let's look at a few other things. Those few other things being, first, the New York Stock Exchange, its advanced decline oscillator, as well as its bot VIX, and where prices trade in relationship to the 50-day exponential moving average. If we take a look at the, oops, wow, that's so weird. If we take a look at the New York Stock Exchange, I'm so weird. On a daily time frame, you got the advanced decline oscillator at the bottom. Again, that is nothing more than the difference between the 19 to 39 period exponential moving average of the advanced decline line itself. When that oscillator is above zero, at least for more than 2 consecutive sessions. Buyers are the ones that are presumed to be in charge. Right now, we are still above that zero threshold level. We do not have a topping pattern on the New York Stock Exchange. That would require a bearish reversal candle to confirm a Rhodes momentum indicator top. If we take a look at the spot VIX, let's get over to the current area out here. We are well below the 50-day exponential moving average, which is at 1629. Pricing below its lower Bollinger Band out there. Does that have enough of a meaning for us? Not really. Now, what the spot VIX is doing, and this is probably what we want to really be paying attention to. So the spot VIX, the low out here, which was a wave 7 bottom, that took place on the trading session of August 28th. The high of that is 1469. The low today has been 1466. We are trading right now at 1487. So we have a test, at least as of 11:11, of a swing point. It's a test and rejection out there. And so that could be signaling to you and I that price is getting ready to move higher in the spot VIX. If that does that, then we'll start to see selling pressure inside the S&P 500 and the ES Mini. Let me shut this one down too. So we just simply gather up some additional resources out there, and we'll carry that through now to I think what I'm going to do is take a look at the intraday charts out here. I'm hopeful that it's going to be the ES Mini that pops up. It is not. It's the gold contract. Not that there's anything wrong with that, just trying to keep some consistency there with regard to, hey, we just talked about the spot VIX, what that is doing. Now we wanted to take a look at what's going on inside of the ES Mini. So we we've got the ES Mini screens up on our chart. I don't know when the sound cut off. What I was looking at with regard to this, with regard to the sound, and I can't pull the chart back up because I closed it down. I could, but we'd have to wait. Was the spot VIX index. So we'll go take a look at your spot VIX index. What I'm looking at is the low of today tested the swing point low of the spot VIX from a few days ago. No voice again? Not even right now? No, can't be. Can't be. Oh, my goodness gracious. Wow. Well, ELO says he's got it. Man, really sorry about that, folks. That's got to be that's a pain in the what you know what on your side. Sorry about that. So again, we're taking a look at. Okay, so again, we're taking a look. You go back to the spot VIX, take a look at today's low. You'll see it tested the high of a prior swing point, and so far it's been a test and rejection. If it ends up being a test and rejection, could be signaling to you and I that the ES Mini is getting ready to start moving lower. Now, we're going to a break here. Al, do we need to go to a break with all these problems? I'm trying to find that out. I got to look in the right spot. Come on, we're hearing me. Al, let's just keep this going, all right? Can we do that? I gotta wait for feedback here.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the Opening Call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN has launched the Tiger's Den. Hosted at Discord, TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. So we're taking a look at the charts here for the ES Mini. If we take a look at the 5-hour time frame chart, you'll see a negated TD9 count top. Price may be just simply pulling back to test this oscillator and change line around 65.33. The 4-hour time frame chart negated its TD9 count top, maybe pulling back to 65.32, the top of its profile. The 2-hour time frame chart, the bar that we're in right now, it also has a negated TD9 count top. However, at 12 noon, this could have a bearish reversal candle. At the moment, it's a bear sash. Price is testing its oscillator and change line. If we see it close below the oscillator and change line, that's printed at 65.41. Then we're likely to see it move back to 65.28 out there. But remember, we've got these 62-ish area to also contend with. On the bottom row of charts out there, I don't have any kind of a topping pattern that I see. So I would be focused. Now, another area of support, 65.34. On the 30-minute time frame, that's its breakout level. It did have a TD9 count top. It wasn't a valid topping signal because the high came in on bar number 6 out there. So I'd say right now the most important thing to be watching is that 2-hour oscillator and change line that's currently printed about 65.42. If we close below that, we are likely headed lower out there. So that's on the ES Mini. Let's go take the NQ. See what kind of signals we have here. I do hope you guys are able to hear my voice. Sorry about all the issues that we are having. I expect that we will probably still have some during the next 40 minutes out here. The daily NQ, as we've discussed during the end of the opening, it's traded into a sell zone. That sell zone is established by its market profiles, which are between 23,861 and 24,068. We have a negated 5-hour TD9 count top. Price pulling back and testing right now. It's oscillator and change line. Test and rejection. 4-hour time frame chart is a Rhodes momentum indicator top. It's that bearish shooting star candle that we're looking at. But price is testing. Its signal is still neutral. And the reason it's neutral is because price is above profile resistance and its green oscillator and change line. Profile resistance 23,888, 23,930 or so the oscillator and change line. We have a TD9 count top for the 2-hour time frame chart for the NQ out there. We also have a Rhodes momentum indicator signal. So we got 2 tops. And as long as price remains below its oscillator and change line, 23,949. We're likely to see a move back to breakout support at 23,823 out there. There is a topping pattern on the 30-minute time frame chart. It's got support at 23,914 and 23,878. So if 23,914 loses, expect price move back to the 23,878 level. And if we close below 23,878, then likely we are headed to the 23,823 area. That's the breakout area on that 2-hour time frame chart. So that's the ES mini, and that is the NQ. Let's go ahead and put gold up here on the screen as we get the December contract. As I mentioned, gold continues to try to form a new daily profile out here. You can see it on the screen right now. We're testing profile resistance. We're trading at 36.87 even. The top of that profile is at 36.90. The buy zone, because the bullish structure profile, is 35.38 to 35.89. On a 5-hour time frame, you've got a Rhodes momentum indicator top. You do that you have that on the 4-hour, you have that on the 2-hour time frame chart. Last night, at about 9 o'clock, I think it was 9. I was sitting in front of the computer, and we had the 30-minute, which never did end up making it, but it looked like it was going to. The 60-minute and the 30-minute were both making TD9 count patterns. 30-minute didn't come to fruition, but the 60-minute pattern most certainly did. And then that took us up to a TD9 count top at 7 o'clock this morning. And ever since then, we've basically just been trading with inside its profile. And that profile has a buy zone between 36.76 and 36.81, and resistance up at the 36.9660 level. So if we close above 36.9660, that's going to tell you about a further rally to come out there. So that's what's going on with regard to Goldilocks. There are a few requests that have come in. Let me at least get to those in case we have some sound issues out there. The first one coming in yesterday from Tom C. And Tom wanted to take a look at ticker symbol HE. And my apology, Tom, I didn't write down what it was that you were looking for, but let me just share with you. I think I remember what it was, but let me just share with you what the charts are communicating. In the case of HE, you can see it formed a TD9 count top. And then 2 days ago, price closed below the bottom of its bullish structure daily profile. That was 1194. I think I did get back to you yesterday. And that what we were talking about yesterday was that if price remained, and at the time that I think I responded to you by email, price was like at 1195 or 1196, something like that. And what I said was, if we close below, it's too early to tell whether your question was had at bottom. That's what it was. And so there's an A to B equals CD pattern to the downside. So let's take a look at that out there. And my answer was no, it does not. It had not bottomed. If we get a close below 1194 again yesterday, you're going to get a bearish profile change in trend. So let's take a look at that A to B equals CD pattern to the downside. I'm just simply going to move this over to the C point out here, and that gives you a price projection, a one-to-one price projection around 1116. Now, you've also got support at the breakout level at 1139. So between 1116 and 1139, it could get a little bit bumpy out there. That doesn't mean that price will hold the 1116-ish area. We have been trading lower for 4 consecutive days out there, so it would not be a surprise to see at least a 2-bar rally out there. Could be a 2 to 4 bar rally. The weekly time frame chart does not have a top, but in its pullback, its sympathy, because the daily is the one that is leading the charge here right now, another area of support is at 1134. That is the top of its weekly profile. Nothing really to share with you on the monthly time frame, but HE has not made a bottom. That is very clear out there, and likely targeting 1116, 1139, at least at this stage of the game. So, Tom, thanks for waiting an extra day, even though I did send you the charts out there. Thanks for waiting an extra day on ticker symbol HE. Duncan Steve wants to take a look at Amazon. AMZN is the ticker symbol out here. We've got Amazon right now trading out at... no idea. Trade out 230, 257. So the daily time frame, what do we have out here? What do we have? We got a bunch of things. So first thing is the larger A to B equals CD pattern. So let's take a look at that. We're going to draw on the A to B point. And I'm going to just simply move this A to B point to the C point. That's next lower low that forms after that B point out there. And so we are not at near the 1-to-1 A to B equals CD pattern of that A to B equals CD. That would take us to 251. Okay, so we've at least taken care of that. So where are we at? It looks like more of a double topish pattern than it does anything else. Here's what I can share with you with regard to Amazon and what to be watching for today. We can see, so don't have a top, not calling it a top at this stage here. What we can see, though, is prices trading below its green oscillator and change line. And Steve-O, your price closed below 233.36, and as long as price would remain below its oscillator and change line, price will have lost momentum, and we could see a further retracement. That further retracement could take us back to the top of that profile at 221.46. That's a daily time frame for Amazon. The weekly time frame charts for Amazon show what? They show that we are trading above profile resistance and its oscillator and change line and into a prior swing point. This is the swing point from back on February 7th. That had a volume of 244 million shares. So we've traded for nearly a half a week, not entirely, and we've done volume of 80 million shares. Again, 80 going into 244. No, we definitely have lighter volume as price moves into that swing point out there. The weekly has a top. That is for sure. So the weekly has a sell the D point top. That's what was being tested today. And that's a swing high from August the 1st out there. And volume there was 319 million shares. Again, we're about 80. So we're coming in even light in the loafers there. What you need to see with regard to Amazon for its weekly, really, for it, period, is a close above 236.53 to tell us that this thing wants to continue to move higher. Consolidation on monthly time frame. Steve, we'll be right back.
Building wealth trading in the stock market seems impossible to most people. They think it's too volatile and risky. Most people aren't going to take the time to educate themselves on how to do it right. But you're not most people, are you? At TFNN, you'll get the guidance you need to refine your strategies and techniques to invest like a pro. Because you'll be a pro. All TFNN subscriptions, books, software, and courses are available at TFNN.com. And I'm even going to tell you how to get them for less. Use TFNN's Tiger Dollars and you'll get up to a 20% bonus on your purchase. And once you apply them to your account, Tiger Dollars are automatically used for all future or recurring charges. Tiger Dollars also never expire, are fully transferable, and are a great way to add savings to your newsletters or services. Become the investor you were born to be at TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pro's pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern, for free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
This portion of the Trader's Edge is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the direction. Visit Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at direction.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foresight Fund Services, LLC.
Folks, we take a look at Marvell out here. This is for Duncan Steve inside the Tiger's Den. And what we can see out here, Steve, is that we've got a buy the D point bottom pattern. That went ahead and confirmed on September the 2nd, as well as September 4th, with those bullish reversal candles. We then have a new profile that forms on November 5th. We are now trading above the top of that profile. Let me just make sure, doubly confirm. Yeah, 66.43. So we're going to get it looks like we may get a profile change in trend for Marvell. Now, what you want to see this do, though, is stay above that red oscillator and change line. The current print on that is 67.44. So if we can close above that today, Marvell will be signaling to us that it wants to rally. If we close below it, I would say we definitely test 66.43, and if we get back inside his profile, well, shoot, that opens up the door for a move to test the bottom of the profile at 63.10. Weekly time frame chart, we are trading below profile support, so it really needs the daily to do its thing. Resistance here is there's two of them, 67.03 and 69.73. The monthly time frame chart is nothing more than a consolidation with inside its profile levels, 60.62 at support and 90.34 at the resistance level out there. So that's what's going on when we take a look at Marvell. Oracle is most certainly on fire today, so let's take a look at Oracle. ORCL is the ticker symbol. This is trading out of 341.91. The monthly time frame chart is all out bullish or in a breakout mode. The same is true for the weekly time frame. The weekly is confirming an A to B equals CD pattern to the upside. Markets do not end on wide-ranging bars, so even though this looks like it probably has even attained in about 1 day's time its 1-to-1 price projection. That's a pretty gigantic move. Let me just put this up here and see if, in fact, that's what it has done out there. It has. No, it hasn't gotten all the way up there. So the 1-to-1 price projection is approximately 359 and change out there. The way you explode off of a C point tells you everything about the structure of the A to B equals CD pattern. Oracle is going to do more than a 1-to-1 A to B equals CD. So do not try to attempt to sell the 1-to-1 A to B equals CD pattern for Oracle. Bad move. If we take a look at the daily time frame, there's no topping signal or anything along those lines. So Oracle is on the move higher, and it looks like it's going to continue to move higher out there. So let's move on to our next request. This is for NVIDIA. This is coming from Tom G out here. NVDA is trading out right now at 178.37. It is trading in... Hello? You lost me. Okay. All right. Sorry, folks. So I'm going to just I'm just going to keep going because I don't really know where it drops and where it doesn't drop. But I think we're back to live now. We're looking at NVIDIA. And NVIDIA out here, you're going to get, Steve, today right now, price is trading above its green oscillator and change line, 176.92. The top of its profile is 174.27. So if it closes above that green oscillator and change line, 176.91-ish, that's going to tell you that this wants to make a run for its recent highs out there. And those recent highs, actually, it's traded into the swing point from August 28th. 281 million shares traded that day. NVIDIA today has done 97 million shares. In other words, NVIDIA is pushing that swing point with volume. Should get up to test that high. On a weekly time frame, NVIDIA has a TD9 count top. It has resistance at the 184.48 level. That is where price should also go ahead and target. The monthly time frame, everything here looks bullish in breakout mode with price trading above its green oscillator and change line and the top of its profile. So NVIDIA looks to be in breakout mode daily, weekly, and monthly time frame. Should continue its rally out there, Tom. Aren't you glad that I said don't short NVIDIA? Right, we didn't have those signals out there. So let's go take a look at the next request. This is coming in from Hector and Patty. The ticker symbol is CRDO. No idea what it stands for, but it sounds to me like crudo. Who doesn't like crudo? Well, apparently the entire world likes crudo. Why is that? It almost looks like Oracle. Not as Not as healthy as Oracle, but not unhealthy. That is for sure. Take a look at that daily time frame. Formed a TD9 count top 2 days ago, negated it immediately. Tells you about a strong upward momentum move. Weekly time frame. Formed a TD9 count top 2 weeks ago, negated it immediately, meaning last week. Strong upward momentum move. Monthly time frame had a TD9 count top several months ago, negated it back in June of 2025. So I don't know what CRDO does, but its stock charts look muy bueno, Hector and Patty. You want the full works. If you're in this, you just got to stay in this thing, in this position. Take a look at the weekly time frame. The weekly time frame, we come back and take a look at its bottom, which was April 11th, so it was April 7th on the daily time frame. Weekly time frame was also forming a TD9 count bottom at that time. And all we've seen 2 1-week pullbacks and 1 2-week pullbacks. This is mighty strong. Now, on the monthly time frame, you're up. This could be 6 months in a row to the upside. So what does CRDO do? I'm just curious. Actually, what I'm more curious about, I'm going to try to get this up. I didn't have it up because we were having those problems, but my SeasonX chart. So let's do that here. We got a bit of time because I really don't have much in the way of requests. Let's go take a look at Season. I'm just curious if CRDO. Oh, what's happening here? Oh, okay. Here we go. Just took a little time for the main screen to pop up. Password. Okay, should be up here momentarily. What I've got to see is if CRDO is even a symbol that these folks here monitor and track. And the answer is, after all that, the answer was no. So sorry about that one. I can't give you that. I wish that I could. But look, it's just simply it's all out bullish. What you'd really love to do is see a 2-week pullback, because that would definitely be a buy. So Hector and Patty, hope that helps you out. GT writes in, wants to take a KWEB. So that's a Chinese internet stock. This is on a daily time frame, bullish. Traded above its green oscillator and change line and its profiles with no topping signal. The weekly time frame will go ahead and confirm a TD9 count top on Friday. It will complete that pattern next week. So watch the daily time frame. If we start to see some kind of topping signal there, then perfect. But if we don't, then this should continue to rally. And the reason that we're really trying to watch is because you're going to get bar number 9 this Friday, the bar following bar number 9 next Friday. The monthly chart is in bar number 8 of a TD9 count. That says you could get a top in the month of September, October, or November out there. And how we would monitor that and track that is watch what's going on the weekly and daily time frame. But right now, things look hunky-dory, and this should continue to rally. But be careful because of that weekly TD9 count top, especially today's bar number 6. That's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Let's assume that this is able to continue to rally. Most importantly, you really be paying attention to Friday's bar. You want that to be the high of the pattern. Well, you may or may not want that. You want that to be the low of the pattern if you're bullish. You don't want to see a TD9 count daily top formed out here. That was KWEB. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. I'll see if there are any other requests. If not, don't worry. I'll find something for us to chat about.
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstad's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstad releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento. A pro's pro with over 50 years of experience, Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds from both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direxion. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Welcome back, folks. We got ticker symbol RGTI up on our screen. That's for Dunk and Steve inside our Tiger's Den. Dunk on the daily time frame. You got price trading above its green oscillator change line, the top of its profile, into a prior swing point that was on August 28th. The volume here, 75 million shares, closed inside of yesterday with 45 million shares. Light volume. Today so far, we've got volume of 17 million shares. Another light volume day. So can't be certain whether it's going to go make a run for that high. If we take RGTI, looks like it's run into a trend line resistance. Let's make sure of that. Let's draw that in here. And the answer is it most certainly has. So what you're watching for on the daily time frame, Dunk, is whether or not price can take out that trend line resistance. It should be able to. You're trading above resistance, well, except for the trend line on the daily time frame. Weekly trade above its green oscillator change line and profile. Same thing on the monthly time frame. So everything is pointing to this wants to move higher. But you still got to contend with and deal with that trend line out there. Maybe it does a 2 to 4 day pullback out here if it cannot bust through that area. But looks good. It's just that daily trend line out there. So keep an eye on that as you trade RGTI. We had a request from GTE as well to take a look at his favorite index, and that is the Hang Seng out here. So let's go take a look at the Hang Seng. The Hang Seng on its daily time frame, you can see, does not have a topping pattern. It does have a wave number 7 signal that is present. Needs a lower high to confirm that pattern. It needs a bearish reversal candle to confirm a Rhodes momentum indicator top. Short of that, price should continue to rally. It has rallied for 4 consecutive days out there, so you should expect or anticipate a 1 or 2 day pullback. Could be anywhere up to 4. If we look at the weekly time frame chart, the weekly time frame chart would negate a Rhodes momentum indicator top with a close on Friday above 25,918.86. So you'll watch that. On a monthly time frame, we are in bar number 8 of a TD9 count. You can also see, going back to its all-time high, which takes you back to 2017, you can see it also has set up a descending trend line. That's somewhere in the area approximately of 27,700 or so. You're on bar number 8. The monthly time frame chart could form a TD9 count top between September and November out there. So really, how are we going to know? Again, we'd be paying more attention to the daily and the weekly time frame charts to help us out with regard to the monthly. So at this stage here, everything looks pretty good. It'll be especially good if we remain above the high from 2 weeks ago. That high was at 25,918.86. So I hope that helps you out. With regard to other requests, We don't have any, or I don't see any. I may have overlooked something, and my apology if I've done that because of all the things going on in the today. But in the meantime, without a request, I will go take a look at, what will we take a look at? Well, let's do this here. Let's put up the cash indices. So this is going to take a moment to populate because we've got 9 different charts. I'm just going to go ahead and calculate. But at least from a cash indices standpoint, this will give us a pretty decent feel and view as to what is really going on. Who's got tops, who doesn't have tops, and what are we waiting for? What's it waiting for? Particularly the Dow Transports, which populated. You see you're in bar number 7 to the downside. So maybe this is going to go ahead and form a TD9 count bottom sometime between tomorrow and Monday of next week. So you want to watch for that. The Dow Jones already has a Rhodes Momentum Indicator top for its daily time frame. That formed a couple of days ago. That high out there is at 770.20. A price close above that indicates that signal. The S&P cash indice does not have a topping pattern. Nope, it does not have a topping pattern. Needs a bearish reversal candle to confirm a Rhodes Momentum Indicator top. The NDX 100 has so if the NDX 100 closes above the high from August 14th, I know that's not the swing point high, but that's the resistance level established by its bear sash candle that confirmed the Rhodes Momentum Indicator top. And a price is able to close above 23,908.26, where 23,918 indicates that signal and says that we should at least go test that high, but maybe it's telling us it wants to go even higher. Russell 2000 does not have a topping pattern, but it's lost momentum as prices trading below its green oscillator and change line. The semiconductor index is taking out its wave number 7 top, so it's already done that, so that top has now disappeared. There is no topping. Now, there is not a humanly possible chance. I suppose there's a chance, but basically there's not a chance that the market's top without the semiconductor index topping. And it is not topping today. It is negating a Rhodes Momentum Indicator top as we speak. It will accomplish that task with a close above its high from August 14th, and that's at 59.0460. We're at 59.61 right now. Now, of course, we'd want to take a look at the weekly charts and the monthly chart just to get a bigger picture. We talked about the transports. Again, they may go on to form a TD9 count bottom. The NASDAQ Composite is a new all-time high. It has no topping pattern or signals. We already talked about the New York Stock Exchange on a daily basis. It does not have a topping pattern or signal out there. So no top on the New York Stock Exchange. The NASDAQ Composite, the Semiconductor Index, the Russell 2000, the NDX 100, the S&P 500. So you just got it for the Dow out here at this moment in time. So this says riots in France. Oh. Thrown in the government. Oh, that's, hey, I'll join that. I'll join that protest there against Macron. Macron needs to step down. Macron and the government out there. In any event, back to the charts out here. Just a couple of topping signals for the daily cash indices out there. That ain't no top inside the market. So that says, so what's the market doing out here? You know, we're just simply going to have to track it. Look, we come back here and take a look at the Dow. Let's do the Dow only because we've got here in the Dow, we've got 128 years worth of data. We'll put all those years up on our screen out here. In fact, let's just simply totally expand out the chart. And now I'll put where we're at today. So you can see where we're at today. We should have topped yesterday. The top typically takes place on September 7th, 8th, 9th, right around there. We should have a top. We're still in the unfavorable seasonal cycle, although you couldn't tell that by taking a look at the charts. Now, we're not, so I don't know that we're in this pattern. We are certainly not in the presidential seasonal pattern out there. Here, if we take a look at post-election cycles, you can see we should have topped all the way back here, back on August the 3rd, August the 2nd out there. This suggests now, seasonally speaking, over 128 years, that the Dow would now rally up into about September 16th. Again, I don't know that we're in this pattern, but just, it's about the only thing that I can show you. Now, because this is a every 4-year pattern, it doesn't really seem to make sense to me that I would drop down to 25 years because that's going to give us, how many signals if I put on the post-election cycle? What's that give us? It gives us 7 signals. Not really that great. So I'm going to take that off. but I'm going to go back to the 25-year seasonal cycle so we can get just the normal seasonal cycle. In this instance here, the Dow typically forms a top back in the end of July, and then its next top over the last quarter of a century has been right around September 16th. And then that typically leads to a low down into the early part of October. So I'd say that's something to be paying attention to next week. By the way, I will not be with you next week. I will be up visiting 4 buddies of mine. We've known each other for some as long as 65 years. 165, 263 years. 161 years, I think that is. Yeah, pretty cool. Anyways, we're going to have a blast. And so I won't be able to be back with you all of next week. No tops on the daily time frames. That's what you're paying attention to first. Yeah, I'm only 60. I wish. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the Opening Call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening Call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pros pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Are you ready to take charge of your financial future? TFNN is your gateway to the world of trading and investing. Whether you're starting out or scaling up, TFNN empowers traders and investors of all skill levels with top-notch investing systems, strategies, and techniques. It's time to protect and grow your money with insight you can trust. Join us live Monday through Friday during market hours for exclusive content that moves with the markets. At TFNN, we bring the trading floor to you. Our seasoned hosts are here to answer your calls and questions live on the air. Check out the Tiger's Den for just $1 and follow us on YouTube and become part of our vibrant community. And remember, at TFNN, we're so confident in the value we provide that we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all new premium newsletter subscriptions and services. You have absolutely nothing to risk, so why wait? Tune in live to Tiger TV and transform your trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.
Quickly, I'm going to do a reverse order. HBM for Sharky inside the Tiger's Den. Sharky, you've got an A to B equals CD pattern to the upside. Price remains above its oscillator and change line. and profile resistance. The 1-to-1 price projection is 1388 out there. We ignore wave number G that you see on the screen. That's not a correct pattern, so it doesn't have a 7th wave top. We did get a bearish engulfing candle yesterday, but it's in the middle of the move. It's not close enough to that projected high for it to be a top. The weekly time frame also has an A to B equals CD pattern on the upside, negated a TD9 count. You're only in bar number 5. The weekly and monthly look muy bueno. All three of these charts, daily, weekly, and monthly, look very good. You just had a one-day pullback after moving higher for a couple of days yesterday. Next request is to take a look at NBIS. This is for Duncan Steve. NBIS right now having a stellar week out here, certainly a stellar day. You had a big gap to the upside yesterday. You would need a bearish reversal candle to confirm a Rhodes momentum indicator top for its daily time frame. Weekly looks, it's taking out a swing point that had volume of 78 million shares, and for the week so far, I've got to imagine you're more than that. You're at 136 million shares. The monthly time frame is taking out its swing point from November of 2021. That was a Rhodes momentum indicator top. There were 32 million shares that month. We're already at 163 million shares. It's only September 10th out here. Boy, NBIS is strong like bull. That ain't no bull out there. And finally, I believe our last request might be to take a look at BE, to be or not to be. And I'm all over saying we ought to all be. BE is trading out right now at 65.44. No daily topping pattern, negating a Rhodes momentum indicator signal, needs a bearish reversal candle to confirm a top. Now, the weekly says, hey, it's been a great party, but that party could be coming to an end just for a short period of time, as this week will complete or confirm a TD9 count top. Now, it may not be until next week that you get that top. Monthly time frame chart for I Want to Be, BE, looks beautiful. Folks, thanks for putting up with all those sound issues. We think we may have fixed it. That was a beautiful thing, and I will look forward to seeing you. Have a wonderful Wednesday, by the way, and I'll look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Terrific Thursday, 11 a.m. sharp. Take care. Be safe out there.